All right, let's dive right in. If you're trying to figure out your next move in the tech world, you already know things are moving at, well, lightning speed. So today, we're going to cut through all that noise and get straight to the point. Where are the biggest paychecks hiding in 2025? Let's get to it.
So first, just to set the stage, get a load of this number. The median salary in tech right now is already over $105,000. And to be clear, that's more than double the national average for every other job out there. This isn't just a good career path, it's a massive opportunity. And knowing where to aim is everything.
So, here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start by looking at the gold rush that's happening right now. Then we'll get into the 7 highest paying fields. After that, we'll break down the forces driving all this demand, give you a step-by-step playbook for success, and finally, take a look at what it all means for the future of your career.
Okay, first up, tech's salary gold rush. And you should really think of it exactly like that. You've got this huge push for digital transformation everywhere, plus the insane adoption of AI, and it's created this unprecedented, almost frantic demand for anyone with the right skills.
So, that brings up the big question, right? With paychecks getting this high, where are the best opportunities really hiding? Where should you be focusing your time, your energy, and your skills?
Well, that brings us to the main event, what we're calling the 7-figure fields. Now, let's be real. These are fields with massive 6-figure averages. We call them 7-figure fields because this is the territory where the top talent can absolutely build a career that hits that incredible milestone. So think of this as your personal map to the richest territories in tech for 2025.
Unsurprisingly, topping our list at number 1 is artificial intelligence and machine learning. The salary range is just incredible, starting around $158K and going way up past $244K. But the really wild part is the key driver here. Just by working on an AI project, you can command a nearly 18% salary premium. That, right there, is the power of specializing in what's hot.
Coming in hot at number 2 is software engineering management. And yeah, the average range is awesome, but just look at that top earner potential, up to $434,000. So what's the lesson here? The biggest paychecks aren't just for the best coders, they're for the leaders who can combine that deep tech knowledge with a real understanding of how to impact the business.
Next up, at number 3, cybersecurity engineering. You can think of these folks as the digital guardians, the ones protecting a company's most valuable data. The key driver here says it all. There's a global talent shortage of nearly 4 million workers. When demand is that much higher than supply, salaries just go through the roof. It's basic economics working in your favor.
At number 4, we've got cloud architecture. These are the master builders of the digital world, designing the massive systems that companies run on things like AWS and Google Cloud. And here we see another critical factor, the experience gap. Get this, 85% of companies use multiple clouds, but only 9% of their people have the experience to manage it. That gap is where the money is, especially in high-stakes industries like finance.
All right, let's just take a breath and look at this snapshot for a second. This chart lays out the midpoint salaries for the first 4 fields we've just covered. You can see software engineering management and AI/ML really leading the pack. But honestly, all 4 of these are just incredibly powerful career paths.
Okay, moving on to number 5, FinTech. This whole sector is just exploding, growing at 11 to 12% every single year. And the key thing to know here is that it's not just about salary. Equity and stock options can be a huge part of your compensation, especially at later stage companies where you could earn almost 40% more than at a brand new startup.
At number 6 is a field I'm sure you've heard a ton about, data science. The pay is obviously great, but the real story here is the insane job security and growth. I mean, the Bureau of Labor Statistics is projecting about 23,400 new openings every single year through 2034. That isn't a fad, that is sustained long-term demand.
And wrapping up our list at number 7 is DevOps engineering. Put simply, DevOps pros are the ones who build the bridge between writing code and actually getting it out into the world, making everything faster and way more reliable. It's one of the most stable and influential jobs in all of tech, and it's only getting more important as AI and automation get built into everything.
So now we've seen the what, the 7 top fields. But now let's dig into the why. What are the forces that are actually driving this incredible demand? It's time to understand the rules of the game.
Hey, remember that cybersecurity talent shortage we mentioned? Well, this is what it actually looks like. A number is one thing, but seeing it like this, you really get a sense of that massive, empty space that companies all over the world are desperate to fill.
This is why they're willing to pay so much. Okay, and this is another huge one. The hiring model itself is changing. The old way of just looking at a university degree is fading out. Today, it is all about what you can do. A full 50% of tech companies now say they prioritize provable skills over traditional degrees. That's a total game changer, and it opens the door for everyone to compete. And of course, there are a few other key drivers to keep in mind. We already talked about that AI skills premium. Then there's the remote work advantage. You can earn a Silicon Valley salary without living there. And naturally, the experience multiplier. The more senior you get, the more you earn, often 30 to 50% more.
All right, now for what might be the most important part of this whole thing. We've seen the map, we understand the rules of the game, so let's get to your high-earning playbook. We're going to distill everything we've talked about into a simple 4-step strategy you can actually use.
Here it is, nice and simple. Step 1. Develop those in-demand specializations like AI or cloud. Step 2. Go after strategic certifications from places like AWS or Google. They can boost your salary by 15 to 25% alone. Step 3, aim for the highest paying industries, like finance or big tech. And step 4, and do not sleep on this one, master your soft skills. Communication, teamwork, problem solving, they are every bit as important as your code.
You know, all of this really boils down to a core philosophy for success in this industry. It's not about learning one thing and you're done. It's about this mindset. The future belongs to those who adapt, learn continuously, and position themselves at the intersection of emerging technologies and business value creation.
And that brings us to our final section, the future of your career. Let's wrap this up by taking one last look at the horizon and what this all means for you in the years ahead. If you're worried about long-term stability, wondering if this is all some kind of temporary bubble, just look at this number. Overall, IT employment is projected to grow by 11% through 2033. For context, that's officially rated as much faster than the average for all occupations. So no, this opportunity isn't going away anytime soon. So, we've covered a ton of ground, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to this one simple question. You have the map to the most valuable fields in tech. You have the playbook for how to succeed there. The only question left is, which high-value territory are you going to go out and claim first?